to the table and continue to not let us know what their demands are. These things will happen on January 1st. The city will shut down. Our employees, including police, fire, EMS, sanitation, public works, and everybody else, water, will not get paid. There will be no trash pickup. There will be no snow removal. Any water or infrastructure emergencies will go unaddressed. And you all know how hard our water folks work. The airport will be shut down. The Dayton Municipal Court and clerk courts will close, preventing anyone in the county from posting bail, being released from jail, filing restraining or protection orders, or having their driving privileges reinstated. I see our Dayton Municipal Court is here too. He'll be a victim of this. Police, fire, and EMS services will not be available. This could and will result in serious injuries and deaths, and it's pointless and irresponsible. There's no time to waste. We have to come together and work to pass this budget. In this room, I see folks from representing our workers, folks representing the courts, folks representing neighborhood leadership. I see clergy here. I see a cross-section of the city. And I ask you, please, get the message out to Commissioner Turner-Sloss and Commissioner Fairchild. Call them, email them, go visit. Please ask them to come to the table and let us know what their demands are so we can start working through this. We have a couple of days. I mean, probably a drop-dead date would be Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, 6 days from now. If we have 4 votes, we can pass it in an emergency, and it'll still be okay. We have enough time to get everything together. City services won't be shut down. So that gives us a little window here. So I'm asking for your help. Please contact the both of them. It's time for us to come together and fulfill our responsibility.
The purge. The purge. The purge is here. Now, you remember what they was talking about that was going to happen starting January in Chicago, right? It looks like it's going to be the same thing with Ohio as well. Dayton, Ohio, to be specific. Now, it may seem like it's isolated and that it's only in Chicago or it's only happening in Ohio. This is something that they will implement everywhere.
Things will happen on January 1st. The city will shut down. Our employees, including police, fire, EMS, sanitation, public works, and everybody else, water, will not get paid. There will be no trash pickup. There will be no snow removal. Any water or infrastructure emergencies will go unaddressed. And you all know how hard our water folks work. The airport will shut down. The Dayton Municipal Court and clerk courts will close, preventing anyone in the county from posting bail, being released from jail, filing restraining or protection orders, or having their driving privileges reinstated. I see our Dayton Municipal Court is here too. He'll be a victim of this. Police, fire, and EMS services will not be available. This could and will result in serious injuries and deaths. And it's pointless and irresponsible.
Wow.
There's no time to waste.
Damn.
Dayton's mayor called today a dark day for the city. Residents and city employees now face the real possibility of losing every service they have. I'm James Brown.
I'm Gabrielle, and right now this is because city commissioners failed to pass next year's budget last night. Without a budget, look at what the mayor says will happen January 1st. Dayton will not be able to pay city workers. That means no police on the streets, no firefighters to go to emergencies, no trash pickup, and no snow removal.
And the Dayton International Airport would shut down, and Dayton Municipal Court would close, meaning nobody could post bond, and people could not get things like restraining orders.
Now, here is how the city got to this point. It said it worked on this budget for 11 months.
Yeah, and then last night, when commissioners were ready to vote on the plan, Commissioners Fairchild and Shanice Turner-Sloss did not vote. The budget plan needed 4 votes to pass. It only had 3.
Now, other commissioners, they said they were blindsided by this. We have News Center 7's Brandon Lewis outside a Dayton fire station. Brandon, it's hard to believe there could be no police, fire, or EMS.
That's right, Gabby and James. Hard to think that you'd be experiencing a fire. You call 911 and there'd be nobody here at the City of Dayton Fire Station number 11 to help you out. The head of the local firefighter union said he had a positive conversation today with the city manager, but no word yet on when a budget will be approved.
We all know what's going on. Budget problems. And they've never had this happen. This is the first time it's ever happened in history. Right during the currency change. Right during the collapse of the system. We have to get prepared. Because, oh my gosh.
Shut your dusty ass up. Anyway, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, bro. Lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson on this Dayton, Ohio situation. I know a few brothers went in on it a few days ago about this possible quote-unquote purge scenario. Oh shit.
Pyrosmos, which means an experiment, attempt, trial.
Hold on, man. Salaki, this is the brother in the background. My bad, Salaki. But anyway, going into this possible purge-like scenario. Know a few brothers did something on it, and I wanted to give my take on it. Now, I haven't heard anything recently over it, and I know the guys stated they have it to Wednesday, which is today, so I'm assuming he said which was a week out, so I'm assuming that was a week ago, because that's when this video aired earlier this week, last week sometime. With that being said, I haven't heard anything new. I'm assuming that they may try to pass something probably by Friday, because the 31st is Saturday, so usually, you know, before the government shuts down, they kind of come together with a 4-1 vote, and they kind of keep things up and running. And to scare you people. So I'm not doubting that they won't pass anything or that they will. We're not saying either or. But regardless, man, I see them passing the bill to prevent this, because it'd be too much of a liability on their hand for them to willingly know this at face value and being negligent. If anything, if this was to happen, it would appear to be as they didn't know. Okay, though they know, but it would have to be basically they have to have a scapegoat. But regardless, man, these scenarios will hit Babylon sooner than later. Okay, and the latest article I got on this, which I'm not going to read it, was December 9th, which was about what, 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago. December 9th, December 8th. Haven't heard anything since. Let me see if they do it, if they have an update. See if anything recent pop up. It would have popped up there. But let's see what happens. Nope, nothing new. But regardless of that, this situation, this is going to be a norm here in America when things starts to gradually shut down anyway, because you have to understand that they're converging over to the CBD system. So they need whatever type of anarchy, whatever type of crisis they need in order to push this thing forward. Because honestly speaking, when they do the transfer of currencies, they are going to have a shit show in their hand, and they're going to have to try to navigate it to get some type of order out of the coming chaos. So let's just say if this doesn't happen January 1st, we do know that certain provisions are in place, like in Chicago for the no cash bail. You get locked up, you get released without having a cash bond or I bond, whatever. They let you right up out of that joint, and you can go and live your life as you want. So that's going to put a lot of people at danger, and it's going to put a lot of people in adverse situations, because honestly speaking, it's a lot of perverseness that's going on. People are on edge. Okay, no money, no jobs, poverty, no particular programs. Okay, this whole scandemic has pushed people over the limits, and people are quite frankly tired of the government and demons. The Lord has the spirit of death that's looming. So 2023 can damn sure be a year of death and destruction. Lord's will. And honestly speaking, I pray that this shit do happen. I pray that they don't pass a bill. You know, I pray that we come January 1st and, you know, some shit happen. Okay, now let's just say if they don't pass the bill, we're not saying January 1st all hell is going to break loose Chicago and Ohio. But this is a method that they can use through all 50 states, because these cities, like that young woman said, and even another video I was watching, they're going to all adopt the same principle. Okay, because what they have to do, they have to kind of get on board with letting this shit fall so they can come back and put it together, so to speak. Okay, and hey, we've been telling you, man, you Israelites out there, you Negro, Latino, and Native American, we've been warning you that dark and evil days are ahead. Okay, dark and evil days are ahead. Famine, pestilence, war, World War III, the war in Ukraine, you know, Taiwan testing their particular arsenal, China doing military drills over Japan. Okay, Putin is talking about nuclear threats to the Ukraine. We're in them times, man, and this thing is going to come quick. It ain't got too much longer to tarry. You know, because we're so used to a Tyrion, they mentioned the RFID, you know what, and then all of a sudden we won't hear about it for years later. Then all of a sudden it comes back and resurfaces. But one day it's just going to come and it's going to be here to stay. And before you know it, the Lord going to come and get us. So keeping that in hope and faith. All right. So this is the book of 2 Ezra 6. And I'm going to start at verses 19. It says, and I will begin. Matter of fact, let's start at 18. And it says, and it said, behold, the day is come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell on the earth. And the Lord has been visiting us through storms, okay, weather patterns, the death, the murdering, okay, the wars, okay, these particular pestilence, these plagues. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has been visiting this earth, and we haven't seen anything yet. Like the whole what do you call it, Buffalo, New York? Those people call holy hell out there. I mean, it was bad. I've seen actual footage of people recording from their smartphones the atrocity that happened out there in Buffalo, New York. Okay, while getting 2-3 feet of snow is no stranger to those people there. They're used to that. That's a yearly thing. But it was the cold. Okay, the cold and the ice is what halted things, because they have the manpower to pretty much get the city back up and running. But when it comes to ice and wind and weather, that's a whole different ballpark. You know, bulldozing. When you got plow trucks that's getting stuck in snow, that's when you have a problem on your hand. But that's the Lord visiting this place. Why? Because you inhabitants, you walk around with great pride. You don't foresee the unforeseen. You don't see it. You don't depend on it. You don't think it will happen, because in your life set and your mindsets, you have this thing what they call life at your discretion. You believe that you are in control of what you're doing. You create your own destinies and fate. In fact, you don't. That's the pride of men. Men is extremely proud. Like the Lord said, why is ashes proud? And men are just like to grasshoppers, man. So why is earth and ashes proud? Because when you die, you go back to the earth, right? They say ashes, ashes, the dust, the dust. That's death. Okay? But it says, and I will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And what some of these unrighteous dealings. For one thing, these agendas that's being passed by your men in power. Okay, men could become women, little boys could become little girls without parents' consent. You know, sticking a C-hip in you, adultery, feminism. Okay, all these things, just to name a few. The pride of the people, the pride of life. That's basically what is going. That's unrighteousness. And the affliction of Zion should be fulfilled. And when the world should begin to vanish away, shall be finished. Then when I show these tokens, the book should be opened before the firmament, and they should see all together. And that represents the men of the Lord out there teaching, uploading the videos to the cloud. Now, everybody is seeing this truth for what it is. Okay. Some choose to neglect it. A very few choose to walk in it. Those who the Lord calleth. But nonetheless, this truth is going out. People are seeing it every week. We're out teaching and we're speaking the words on the highways and the byways. People see us. They take pictures. They scoff. They see the videos. Some people leave thumbs up. Some people leave complimentary compliments. Others scoff and mock and talk shit, which you will be judged in due time. All right. It says, and the children of a year old should speak with their voices, and women should bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And subtly should the sown places appear unsown. The fool's storehouses should suddenly be found empty. This is going to come into a time of a societal collapse. Okay, if you have a budget crisis in Dayton, Ohio, or any city at that metropolis, this will come to that over a period of time. Okay, because what happens is once 911 is not available, EMT, which those are all city government services, 311, the city, public works, your lights and signals crew. When these particular crews can't respond to certain situations, then you're going to have a problem on your hand. When people know that that's not 911, there's going to be police in your streets, then that's when people are going to start robbing. People are going to start raiding stores. They're going to start invading one another. People are going to be robbed. It's going to be pretty much chaos. So a lot of times people are going to have to take to the streets. And a lot of you private business owners, you're going to have to hire private militias to protect your goods. Because you better believe that the hounds are coming out at night. It's a different world at night. Like it's daytime now and it's all cool and calm and collective. But at nighttime, it's a different spirit out here. Night and day are two different spirits. All right. And it says here, and the trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. And now when you look in this video, man, this black woman, I call her Little Dusty. Basically what happened was in that situation, she was looking kind of like, oh shit, the purge is coming. And you know what? I say this too. You fake woke, this fake woke movement, that's going to be a thing in the past, man. Either you woke or you not woke, okay? All this pro-black feminism, all this, I want to be a black person, I want to be enlightened now, I'm all into the herbs and the deities and the earth and all that other bullshit. That's all fucking folly, all right? There's only one truth, okay? If you either in the truth or you're not. It's all this, the purge is coming, we are warning you people. Look, man, you people ain't doing a damn thing, all right? The men of the Lord have been warning you about this for decades, starting with the apostles on down. And we've stood stiffly for this thing. And we're going to continue to stand stiffly. Lord will, his spirit stays and rests upon us. So all you pro-black jakes out there, man, we've been telling y'all, man, y'all got to get with the holistic diet, man, you know. All that pork, nigga, you were just eating pork last year. And all of a sudden, you Dr. Sabi now? Fuck out of here. Anyway, it says, and at the time the trumpet should give a sound, which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. And you people, man, you think shit is sweet now. Y'all wasn't depending on that madness that hit Buffalo, New York. Y'all wasn't depending on that. Y'all thought, oh, just a little snowstorm, you know, we deal with this every year. Nah. The Lord gave you the one hit, not the Lord put that on, he tested that chin that day. You know, like, yeah, you ain't gonna stand up to this 1, 2, this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave you the cross hook with the gut shot and dropped you, man. You know, you didn't see it coming. They say the shot that knocks you out is the one you don't see coming. It's always the element of surprise. Okay, the element of surprise works every time. Never heard of it didn't working. But anyway, it says at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Hey, man, you're going to realize that the people that vibe with you who didn't. And I'm going to tell you like this, all you fake friends out there, the ones that you thought was with you, the ones that you grew up with playing in the sandbox, or the ones that you may have meet on a job or you come across that be down to earth, these are going to be the ones that's going to be at you. Friends ain't going to be friends in that day. You know? Even a lot of men in this truth, they going to start to falter when they see shit getting real. When the family's getting threatened, when their foods and livelihoods are cut off. Men that was once staying stiffly for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to see a different man in that day. Either he's going to be a man of integrity or he's going to be a man if he's going to falter. That's why the best thing to be in this truth is undetached. It's detached, my bad. Not undetached. Detached. If you don't have no family or no wife, no children, hey, you in better shape than a man that does have it. Not saying you are okay, I'll put it to this way. You will be in better shape as an individual mentally, okay, versus a man that have wife and kids. Now it's taken away from brothers that do have it, because most of us do have families, women, children, whatever you want to call it. And we have to be extra more on point. But you have 3-4 mouths to feed, including liabilities in the woman. And then you have a man that don't have those things, who's in better shape. You know, the man that don't have, he's without, because he doesn't have to worry about anything but himself. But if the spirit is resting upon you, you good regardless. So we're not going to take that away from us at all, you know. But it says, and at the time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear. Yeah, because people are going to be fearful. Wow, is this coming to Chicago next? Is this coming to Kansas City? And honestly speaking, man, I can't wait for shit like that to happen here. I'm tired of, like, don't nothing happen in this city. I mean, things happen. But the people of Kansas City, they just got to get fucked up just with extreme prejudice, man. These people here, they have a heavy judgment coming to them. I don't know what. I don't know how the Lord is going to do it. But I'm thinking the Most High can possibly open up a sinkhole and swallow this whole goddamn city. It's very probable, since we sit on the cusp of a major fault line. That would be a fitting judgment for Kansas City. They're like, well, won't you get swallowed up in it too? Well, Lord's will not, because the Most High, hey, he's going to protect us. Lord's will, we stay faithful. The Lord may have us to go down to the Lake of the Ozarks or something just to go out there to get away. And all of a sudden we hear news report Kansas City has been swallowed by a sinkhole. Every man, woman, and child has perished. I'm like, oh, shit. So basically we'll be coming back to nothing. You know, but I think the Lord going to hit this place with a great earthquake. I can feel an earthquake of 8 or more that's going to hit here. Sooner than later, they're going to get hit with an earth. Because, you know, this is not an uncommon region to get tremors from Oklahoma to particular fault lines. But I think Kansas City going to get hit with some San Andreas type earthquake. I think the Most High going to fuck this place up through earthquakes. And I think the missiles are going to hit this place. I mean, the missiles is going to finish it off. Because you people here, man, you people are extremely proud and arrogant for nothing. Here you are in one of the slowest goddamn cities that's not even on a map. And you people walk around here like your shit don't stink. Well, I got news for you. You go to a different city and keep that same energy and watch what happens to you. And I'll leave it at that. But anyway, it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those therein, and the springs of the fountain shall stand still. In 3 hours they should not run. Okay? Because your system's going to shut down. This is your city services here, your water. Like, I work a lot with the water department here. So a lot of times we're dealing with the wastewater treatment facilities. And those things, when they shut down, that's it. All that water that's circulated through your faucets and your bath water, all that shit water that's being recycled, once these particular waste stations shut down that treats the water, all that stuff is going to back up in your houses. So when you flush your toilets, it ain't going to be nothing but sewage and raw disposal that's going to come back in your places, and you'll die, because that's what they call H2H. You're breathing that shit in. That's a highly toxic chemical. Okay, it's found in charcoal, I believe, as well. You see, causes black lung. All right, another precept here. Matter of fact, I was gonna get Ezekiel 21. We ain't got to get that. I mean, that's contained to the lesson, but that's a whole different thing. That's going into Esau. This second Esdras 15, and I'm gonna start at verses. And it is not nothing deep, you know, just something quick. But this is second Esdras 15, and I'm gonna start at verses 15. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and the people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand." That's your civil war, man. Okay, because people, they're going to get so frustrated with one another. Okay, they're going to get so frustrated with the government to the point they can't find a government official. So who the hell they going to go after? They're going to go after the next common folk. Oh, fuck it, let's go after my next door neighbor. You know, he ain't, he look like he got an extra loaf of bread over there. He got some peanut butter. Okay, he got some spoiled milk. You know, let's go over there. You know, you people going to be like, I seen it today. I went to the store to get some goods out of there earlier today. There was this one man in the store digging in a garbage can, man. I'm talking about you people gonna literally be drinking the piss out of fucking diapers, man. Drinking the piss out of diapers, man. Eating dung, eating birds, squirrels, whatever you can find. You're gonna be eating your dogs, your cats. All right, because it's gonna get that bad out here. That's why I pray that they don't pass that budget shit. But 9 times out of 10, they probably will pass something at the last minute. They probably gonna pass some shit 11:59.59, December 30th, midnight, or Saturday. They may come in for an emergency meeting on Saturdays, and they may pass a budget that go in effect Monday, which will be the 2nd of January. They've done it before. So I'm not banking on this actually happening, but it will happen eventually. All right. And it reads here. It says, "For there should be sedition among men." Look up the act of sedition. Look up the Insurrection Act and see what comes from that. "And invading one another, and they should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Because they're not going to give a shit about what the government says. They're like, look, man, we don't give a fuck about what you say. You ain't done nothing for us but lie to us. So therefore, we want to take shit in our hands. They're not going to worry about being subpoenaed to court for high treason. They're not going to show up there. If they do show up there, they may go put one in the judge's head, man. Because we coming into them times. They showed you that in The Dark Knight Rises, man. Basically, the Bane took the citizens of the society and put them on trial. You know, and it wasn't no habeas corpus. That shit was suspended, man. They was like, well, look, man, your judgment is you being deaf. We putting you to death on the spot. You ain't going to jail for 30 years or 30 days and wait out your trial. No, you getting put to death on the spot. And he put all their ass on a frozen lake out there in the middle of the ocean, man. And he basically sentenced them to exile, man. You know? And it says here, "And a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, because they're going to have it tarted off. They're going to have to send a National Guard in. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled. The houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. And the men should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword." And this scripture never gets old, man. I love this scripture. "And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation," man. So that's the time we coming into, brothers. All right, so gird up your loins, man. Get in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And hey, with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. With that, shalom on the Bible.